Billie Jean is Marketing is a pretty cool YouTube-based ad campaign that you may have seen, even if you have encountered one of my videos around YouTube and the YouTube ecosphere. So I decided, after seeing his videos again and again and again, and then I saw where Ben Boyden had met Billie Jean at a internet marketing or digital media conference very recently. I just thought today, well, I'll go to do a search on Billie Jean and find out what I can. Just, interested. Well, for some very pointed reasons. First of all, anyone that's doing digital media, digital strategy, digital marketing, and they're out there, you want to get to know, if you're in the same space doing something complementary or even different or even the same, who they are. And also, frankly speaking, you don't see a lot of guys that look like me doing it, although that's changing, fortunately, and women, I might add. And so you want to get to know who they are, because you're going to encounter them in some kind of way anyway. But I digress. So I go to Google and I type, Billie Jean, Billie, G-E-N-E. I'm not going to move my camcorder over for you to see this. And I scroll down the results, and there's one result that reads, Billie Jean is Marketing confirmed scam on Facebook ads. And then the line, and iDrive Media Group, right? So I'm thinking, confirmed scam, let me check this. And it's these two guys from Orlando who have this iDrive Media Group who basically say that what Billie Jean is doing is, and they say probably, they pepper their words in the blog post they write with probably, okay? And then they repeat Billie Jean is Marketing confirmed scam again and again and again to bump up their page so that it comes out on the first results for Billie Jean on Google, all right? So they obviously have something against this guy. But what they have against him is not what's confirmed in the title. They lied. There's no scam. In fact, they actually point to that fact if you actually read the blog post. It reads, this is their writing, oh, he's probably, I'll just read this to you, because basically he says, they say this is how they discover, just like I did. They say, we see these videos, all right, and they have some of these videos, quote, we see these videos pop up with Billie Jean is Marketing in his nice car and talking about how great of a Facebook ad manager he is. And he says, well, we just paused the video on one of his things to show you, obviously, the conversions are not adding up. And he says he's actually overspending to get a conversion for a customer. Well, okay, if he's overspending to get a conversion for a customer, what they left out was this, because they obviously didn't read the video, or didn't watch it, excuse me. What Billie does is he says, hey, look, I put together this campaign to get you. He doesn't ask you to pay up front. He sends you customers and then says to you, hey, would you like to continue using my service? And if so, it's going to cost you $1,000, okay, in one example. And in the example that, in the video that was provided, the customer said yes, okay, fine. What Billie doesn't show, for obvious reasons, are the number of times when someone said no. So that becomes, a loss. But he has calculated that he and his charges, the people that work with him, can spend X amount of time trying to go after a client that may pay them Y, and take the risk that maybe they'll lose out by that person not saying yes. Maybe that person will come back later, but they'll come back and they'll do it with somebody else who might say yes. So he's calculated he can do this a number of times before he loses money. And if he gets that big fish, that one that pays maybe $20,000, it makes up for the times that he didn't get the ones that paid less. That's not a scam. He's actually doing free work for customers he targets, he and his charges target. So you would say, why would these guys lie about him? Here's my theory. Because what they don't mention in the text is when they say, for example, I'm going to fill in the blank, all right? We see these videos pop up with Billie Jean is Marketing in his nice car with a white girl in the passenger seat because he's black, okay? And talking about how great a Facebook ad manager he is. in his great office with mostly women who are young and attractive. That is what got to them. Two guys in Orlando, white, who, rather than just being honest and saying, "Oh, we've got an issue with, oh, he's got all these girls, and we don't have any girls like that look like this, that look like Nimble's working for us." Rather than say that, they make up a fib because it's peppered with these guesses. All right, we see, and one of those things we'll show you. Obviously, the conversions. They don't know that. And then they say that that is not someone who's making a lot of money if you're barely breaking even for your clients. Why lie to the public about these great successes? Well, he's not lying. And then they say Billie Jean is marketing is probably charging $10,000 for ads. That's a guess, which means they don't know. All this is speculation. But the title would imply a fact. They basically use their prejudice to create a lie about somebody else that they could just as easily be working with. Why? Because Billie Jean doesn't promise that, unlike these guys, he is going to hit #1 on the first page of Google if you work with him. These guys promise that. They say, "Oh, you pay us $99, we'll get you on the first page of Google." That's the low one. You're a fool if you even give them $99. Because if your client and maybe your page is on the 4th or 5th page of Google, all right, and it's crowded with keywords and the ecosystem for those keywords is changing all the time, they can't hit #1. They cannot hit it. And they're not going to give you your money back. It doesn't even say so on the sign up page that I saw at all. Not only that, they don't have the requisite firepower to do this on a consistent basis. At all. Period. Not there. So it was really crass what they did. I just wanted to point that out because I call it cyber racism. It's not direct. It's not, oh God, they're calling you a racial thing or anything else. It's more under the surface, but at the same time still obvious. Rather than saying they don't like that, Billie Jean gets the cute white girls, they try to attack him on pseudo-intellectual, pseudo-technical reasons. A lie. That's bad. It's bad stuff.